Hey everyone, I'm trying to figure out, let's see. Yay! I'm here. Woo woo! On the PS5. All right. Oh, not hooked up to the PS5. Hold on. Or am I? Okay, how's that? First part of this might be a little bit of technical thingies happening here. 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I'm trying to figure out how I can see what's happening, if y'all are talking or not. This is weird. Yeah, pro tip, do these kind of things before you start broadcasting. It's probably a good thing. There we go. Okay, cool. Now let me see if I can see anything. Yay, I can see. Okay, cool. We are rocking and rolling. Checking my fro, okay. Really need a haircut, but that is neither here nor there. If you're unable to hear me or I'm too low, let me know. I'm kind of situated a little differently. Trying to get my PS5 groove going. Okay. So we're playing Final Fantasy 15. I want to play Final Fantasy 8 or 9. I bought it on my other account, and they're probably... I just probably didn't have enough time to figure it out. Like on the PS4, I didn't have any issues playing a game on either. You know, didn't matter which one I bought it on, but... Or at least I don't think I had. Maybe I never tried it. I don't know. Maybe I've been playing games I had the disc for. So, anyway. I'll try to figure it out over the weekend, but for now, we're just going to go ahead and do Final Fantasy 15. I have not played this pretty much since it came out. I had it and beat it then, and have not played it since, so... Some Bluetooth earbuds would be good. I'm gonna have to look up, see if there are any I can get with the PlayStation 5. I just can't stand having the bulky, especially with the hairdo. It's kind of hard to do. Cool. All right, let's make sure subtitles are on. Great. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. I put this in an unfortunate location to be able to see the options I'm actually choosing. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can move it. Alright. We're gonna make it work. Let's wing it. Let's see what happens. When did this game come out? 5 years ago? I remember being so excited for this game when it originally was supposed to be 13-2. I was excited to see how they'd bring all the games together. But they ultimately didn't go that route. But I always thought Noctis was cool. I actually cosplayed him at Dragon Con. It was way before the game ever came out. I had like this little leather bikini thing on and some like skin tight leather pants, and I had his jacket. I had some like stiletto black like thigh high boots on. Hey Mare, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I was super excited. Alright, so we're running in the fire. You know, you'd think he'd take a layer or two off considering the temperature. This has a bunch of the download content since, I mean, so I have no idea. I don't particularly recall this, if this was in the original or not. I'm kind of just, well, I guess we'll figure it out. Ooh, wow. It took me by surprise.
Stay down. We'll keep him busy. Knox, over here! Quickly, before he strikes again!
Yeah, that's for sure. I wore that thing at Dragon Con. I was like, this is hot as hell. I don't know how he walks around in this all day. I say that's most of the Final Fantasy clothing. I mean, if Tifa was really fighting in that outfit, she'd have like 3 sports bras on. You know, forget those thigh highs. Okay, probably be tights. Tights or some kind of loose coat, something she could move in. Because those thigh highs would have been off her a long time ago. And not just because Cloud's there. I didn't say that.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Take your leave and go in the grace of the gods.
Right.
Oh, he's so cute. This king is apparently this is one of these hip kings, new kings, because these people don't have any type of uniform on. They just look like they just came, you know, had a night at the biker bar. They just walking up in the in the royal castle like, hey, what's up? What's happening?
What now?
I fear I have left too much unsaid.
Hey, anybody gonna help him out? He got a cane or where? This is the future. They don't even have some stairs, you know, some. I'm okay. I'm expecting too much.
You'll see the prince to Alticia if it's
This thing, surely they have an electric escalator or something, you know.
Stratos, he's in your
Sorry, man. I know I'm.
Another thing. Do mind your manners.
My commentary is a little insane. Just ignore me.
Your Majesty as well. Try to mind yours around our esteemed guests from Niflheim.
You have no cause for concern.
Nor do you.
Take heed. Once you set forth, you
I'm just thinking of all
Think I
the
would?
shows I watched. I didn't think you were supposed to turn your back to the king. They just said there's the little bow and just kept moving, you know.
I'm ready as I'll
Okay.
ever be.
take care on the long road. Wheresoever you should go, the line of Lucis goes with you.
And I know he got gray hair, but he legit look. I mean, this dude's like Brad Pitt. This king like 45. Yay! I got a trophy. All this stuff is thanking me for downloading. Didn't realize it did, but you're welcome. I think like all Final Fantasy VII fans, I'm just, you know, biding my time until the DLC comes out. But it's nice to relive this game.
I think we can forget about hitching our way there. Thought people were friendly outside the city.
Yeah, you can only go so far on the kindness of strangers.
You're just gonna have to push her all the way.
I've already pushed myself.
What is the point of being a prince if I'm gonna be stranded on the side of the road in the heat? I'm going back to the castle.
It's gonna move itself.
Forget all this independence.
Yeesh. I thought the car was supposed to move us.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Can
Girl, it was fine, but alright, so girl, yeah, I think girl. Sorry. Yeah, it was fine, but you know, the problem with Final Fantasy after 12 at least had, it was a sort of generic plot, but at least there was something happening. You know, you had the twin brother who betrayed the other brother, got him sent to prison. Yeah, I mean, there was at least some stuff happening. These new ones, 13, yeah, I couldn't tell you what the hell that was about if my life depended on it, and I beat it twice. and 15, other than just a couple of, you know, major things, I really don't remember. I mean, it was fun to play, but the plots are just lacking in Final Fantasy since, you know,
exactly a fairy tale
since probably about 12.
We let ourselves get
That's why I'm looking forward to 16. At least there seems to be some drama there. It's from what I can tell, he's, you know,
Do me a favor.
having to decide whether to kill the person he's been sworn to protect or something like that for the good of the world. At least there's some drama there. But this one, yeah, I have no idea. It was alright. It was perfectly fine to play. Buy it if it's like $20, but other than that, yeah, don't spend $50 on it. or if you have PlayStation, I think PlayStation, I have PlayStation Plus, and it came free with this.
only a busy signal.
Ever since I moved, I had some other games, and I think they might be over my brother's house or something. I haven't been able to find. I have this game somewhere. I have to find it.
Next door.
But I definitely would not spend $60 on it again. I'll tell you that. Like, where am I? Hey, this guy in the bottom right got a nice ass, by the way. Throw that out there.
It's a big old place.
Filled with wonders.
Tell that to my legs.
You guys even pushing?
Hard as I can.
With everything I've got.
We'll be there in no time.
I know. I just pretend Cloud has a bigger ass than he does.
Hey, y'all kept a girl waiting.
I figure it's the jeans or something, you know, whatever you call them things he got on. I blame it on that.
Hello, Your Highness. Congrats on your wedding.
Not hitched just yet.
Lady Luna Freya's groom-to-be here in Hammerhead.
Apologies.
I have never been to a car shop like this.
Apologies for Pawpaw.
I know it's hot outside, girl, but this is
Cindy.
I mean, hey, look, she got the body for it. Do you, boo? I mean, like I said, I was walking around about 30 pounds ago. I was walking around Dragon Con looking like a dominatrix. So, I see you.
Prince Noctis.
Yeah.
Prince. Like they took your old man and kicked the dignity out of him.
What?
You got a long way to go, son. And that slackjaw's getting you nowhere fast.
Sid been working on these cars since they were invented. Yeah, speaking of Sid, I just cannot believe that they really try to make us believe that Sid in Final Fantasy 7 is 32 years old. I crack up every time I think about that. There ain't no way in hell that man is 32.
Let's get moving. Right this way.
He gotta stop drinking or something.
Now, play the waiting game.
He is not aging well.
Again. Never any good at it either.
And then another thing about this game, like the whole cooking thing, it's kind of fun at first, but you know, there's such a thing as doing too much.
Y'all ain't never been out this way before, have you? Go on, have a look around. This'll make sure y'all don't get lost.
I know! He older than Barrett. I mean, that is he younger than Barrett. That is unbelievable. And Barrett looks older, as in he doesn't look like he's in his 20s, but he look good. You know what I mean? He's got a really handsome face. He fit. And Sid is fit, but he remind me of a lot of old hillbillies I've seen around here.
Might as well make good use of the extra
That
time.
is for sure. Speak to tipsters to learn about the area. Okay.
Whoa! They got Ebony out here. I got a feeling our money's no good here, Noct.
Bet you Ignis came prepared.
I mean, I know they say black don't crack, man. I'm gonna give white folks a little more credit than they give a Sid. Ain't no way he 32.
They've got everything here. You see this?
It's also kind of funny in this game. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember. I think you're like the only person driving around these streets most of the time, if anybody else is there at all. So there's a gas station here. There's a repair shop for cars that apparently don't ever go by.
A moment, Noct. We've expended the last of our funds on the repairs. I suggest we confer with Cindy.
Broken down and flat broke.
Adding insult to injury.
Old man's in for both after charging us that much.
Yeah, let's pay him a visit.
Yeah, see, I'm not cut out to be a hero. I'd have been back at the castle with the air conditioning, food.
She ain't gonna be ready for a while. Y'all need something?
We're strapped for cash. Any way we could earn a little?
Oh, now I get it. This
Pow
must be
pow.
what Pawpaw meant when he said he was gonna teach them boys a lesson. Told
This
me
must be what
he
Pow
oughta
Pow
have y'all
said.
take care of some ornery varmints that have been causing a ruckus around here. I'd be happy to pay y'all for your services if you're up to the challenge. How about it?
Old man's got his eye on you, Noct. Show him what you got.
Okay. Probably should have been paying attention. Prince Arthur's in his royal. Oh, now that's a new word for me. Retinue? Okay. Set out to sell and blah, 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 blah.
But don't go running around after dark. The demons are liable to rip y'all to shreds. Here, this ought to be enough for a place to stay. Just between us, though. Don't tell Pawpaw.
I promise I won't tell Papa. Pit stop situated. No. Okay. Oh, one of our cars going by. Okay.
Let's roll.
Yep.
Once every blue moon. Okay, this is kind of becoming familiar again.
Looks like we found our first targets. Ready, knocked?
Because it was after 12 that they, well, no, after 13, because they were still doing the, you know, not controlling one person type thing. But this game is where they switched that. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? Okay, there we go.
Excellent work. On we go.
I'm too used to playing the remake because I'm sitting there trying to press the buttons of the remake.
Too. And not just this one either.
I started it again. I wanna beat it again on the PlayStation 5, so just in case the DLC, you have to already have beaten the game to get to the next chapter. I want to make sure I do not have to beat the whole game like on June 10th to get to the 19th chapter. I mean, these outfit choices, I'm belaboring the point, but it's hot as hell out here. Why are they wearing this? They did not think these choices through when they left the house.
They aren't gonna know what hit them. Let's do this.
I mean, I just can imagine the smell when they get in that car.
The best offense is a good defense. Done in a minute.
Oh, I forgot he can do that.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oopsie. Got it.
Well, it's normally isn't a bad thing, but I'm guess in this particular circumstance is probably not ideal.
Impressive, knocked.
Defend against 3 attacks. I don't know how. Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right. We'll be done in no time.
Let's get on with it.
So, where are we headed anyway?
Nowhere until the repairs are done. Then we head for Golden.
I did like exploring in this a lot. If you're somebody who likes to explore and
Wait for car repairs.
and level up, this is definitely a game to do it.
Got it.
That's one thing I hope we get out of Final Fantasy VII Remake, is I get the linear nature of it in the beginning, but now that we're going to the open world, and especially after you get the airship. I'm certainly hoping for a lot more flexibility as far as exploring. Not to this one. I'm aware. Okay.
Trying to catch him off guard. Stay there. Brilliant.
Allow me.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Smell the trembling.
Let's wrap up this rumble and get some eats. Nice.
Okay, cool. So, made some money.
Hello?
Hey, it's Cindy. How goes the hunting?
Actually, we just finished.
That's great, because I got one more hunt for y'all. Only this time, it's for a person.
Dang.
A fella named Dave went off. We
Went
ain't heard
from
him
pest
since.
control to
Reckon
bounty
he
hunter
picked out a spot in an
in
old
one
shack
phone call.
nearby.
Old shack. Oh, got it. We'll take a look.
So, what did Cindy say?
Needs us to
A
find
lot
some
more to
Dave
that
guy.
mechanic shop than meets the eye.
Not missing. Said he's holed up in that shack. What's this?
Mutant dual horn. Okay. Sounds inviting.
Get out of here!
Woo! Turned into Resident Evil all of a sudden.
We are now.
Spoke too soon.
I'm going all out.
Just don't get too carried away.
You want to talk?
Don't mention it.
This is not the time to be high-fiving. Let's kill these things first, and then we can do all the high-fiving we want to.
Outstanding. Let it be done.
Extraordinary, Gladio.
What did you expect? We all good?
Better than good.
Good to go.
Hey, what about the shack over there?
Okay, another shack. Oh, good. Auto heal. Another thing is, Final Fantasy was a lot harder back in the day. I don't know how in the world I beat those games when I was 11. There was no auto heals. There was no saving anywhere you wanted to. The resources were scarcer. There were no, I mean, forget the internet. There was really no way to find out what to do. There were forums, but you'd have to dig through them. You'd have to have a computer to get to them in the first place, which I did, but you'd have to know to look for them, and you'd have to know where to look for them, and yeah, so you had to figure this stuff out on your own.
Huh. What are we
Warp
looking
to the
at?
windmill, okay.
This creature is known as a saber tusk. It skewers prey with its tusks, extracting game from the safety and comfort of burrows.
That's,
Yeah, definitely. Which is good and bad, I guess. I mean, I guess it just depends. I mean, I don't think games should be, you know, like the dragon, whatever. What is that thing called? Dead Demon Souls. Sorry, I'm naming everything Dragon Quest and everything else. I don't believe in making something impossible to play just to do it. Like, there's a trophy for Dead Rising where you have to play 14 hours straight to get it. That's just absolutely ridiculous. First off, who has the time to do that? Secondly, why? That's just that's like a Unnecessary.
Hey,
So I think having the difficulty levels makes a lot more sense.
Well, and look who's in here. The man of the hour. Dave, right? Been looking for you.
didn't mean to cause y'all any trouble. I've been stuck here on account of my sprained ankle. Yeah, something funny about them varmints. I gave them hell, but couldn't finish the job. Still one mean mutt about.
I don't know what part of this world they in, but they have definitely made it to the backwoods.
What do you say?
He is not in Kansas anymore. That is for sure. I'm kind of a sucker. I'll do it for free if I can figure out how to. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll take care of it.
Y'all got
I mean, the
guts,
man's
that's for sure.
injured.
Let me tell you where I last saw him.
Way
Oh,
to
and I
show
got
some
something.
spunk. Now let's get ready to kick some tail. Huh?
Yeah, with this one, honestly, I don't remember what the plot is either. I mean, I remember the part with the girlfriend. Other than that,
It would be wise to
nothing
rest
stands
up
out.
before we set out.
Formidable foe waits prepared us and kind of resting up near. Okay. Sure.
In that case, let's find a spot to make camp.
The hunters are really out in full force around here.
Now,
huh?
Ignis is a man
So
I could
they're the new
marry.
Crown
I
Guard
like
or
to eat. I like to cook.
Similar, though technically
He's
a
got his
civilian
priorities in
outfit.
order.
They've definitely seen a lot more action than we have.
But where am I supposed to be
Is
going?
it cool that we rock Crown's Guard outfits?
Be worse not to. They made them especially for us.
Even got a sweet insignia on them.
In the Crown's Guard. Your attire identifies you, so wear it with pride.
Okay. I see. There we go. Cool.
Sometimes I wonder if we'll ever sit inside that beautiful...
Knocked tired.
Sitting most of the day was pretty nice.
Napping was even better. Sleeping out under the stars tonight.
Okay. I couldn't do this. I don't even like camping. I mean, I used to be part of what was it called, Earth Club, when I was in 6th grade. That was the last time I was part of Earth Club. It was fun till we had to start hiking. And I said, no, this ain't for me. And that little tiny, look how small that tent is. That is 4 big ass grown men gonna get in that tent. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Now I'm hungry. He looked cracked out or something in that photo. Access pulls me outside the dungeon. Okay, cool.
Like a father to her.
Ever since they got back, Sid's been the only one looking after her.
Rather more than a middling mechanic can handle.
All things considered, I'd say she turned out okay.
Like any girl, you just need to treat her right.
Treat her wrong and Sid'll stuff his wrench where the sun don't shine.
Take care of the car, and it will take care of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the car.
Just walked right off a cliff. No. I wonder if I can get hit by a car. Random thought.
There's only so far a man can walk.
Our Crown City upbringing didn't prepare us for this.
Pretend you're walking to the car.
What is... Okay.
Over there! That's it, right?
Huh. That's a dual horn?
Yes, but not your run-of-the-mill breed. We'd best make quick work of it.
Oh no. This doesn't look good.
Wait a sec.
What? Scared, big
You
guy?
ought to be too. Thing's vicious.
You sure? Looks tame to me.
Yeah.
Look out!
Nice one.
Oh, I feel kind of bad for it. What did it do to them?
Ready for round two?
Peter would not like this game. Any of them, really.
Yeah, well, Mr. Nice Guy!
Oh, dude.
Biggie, look out.
No.
Here I am!
Have Gladio use Tempest, okay.
Give me a hand, will ya?
The tutorial probably wouldn't have killed me. Let's see.
Of course.
Alright, boys, we're in the home stretch. Don't get tired.
Dude. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay.
Bullets left is the thing. No holding back.
It's funny. They're like they're like out of breath after fighting, which would be natural. Cloudity for them. They're just like, all right, cool. We just got through fighting the battle of our lives. Let's go.
Oh, while I got ya, if y'all want to fix her
Yeah.
up before you roll out, let me know.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it yesterday on for April Fools. I was like, that is not real. Funny, but not real.
Sounds good.
She'll be waiting at the garage.
Gotcha.
What is the point of the timelines? Well, I mean, anyway. I'm just thinking, what is the rush with this game? I got a countdown as to how long it's gonna take me to answer.
On the dash.
I couldn't even keep one.
Not sure I'd do any better.
Whew.
me in the driver's seat.
Good.
That looks like quite
I
a
need the
ways
leg room
away.
Back.
Nope. Okay. There we go. I just don't know how I feel about. Okay, I know most of my commentary right now has been about Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I just don't know how I feel about the Turks anymore. You know, they leveled a city essentially, killed thousands of people just because they were told to. It's very authoritarian, you know, and for money. I mean, not Reno specifically. I mean, though, I guess they did get a paycheck, but why? I just hope they flesh out a lot more of the loyalty these four have with any of them, really. To Shinra, that would make them turn a blind eye to that. I mean, they seem to feel bad afterwards, so I guess they have some semblance of humanity, but
It's rude to keep a girl
it's like,
waiting.
dude,
You better
yo.
apologize.
Killed women, children, old people.
A live hurricane.
Just for
That thing's
Shinra's
like half bird, half
screwed up
storm,
political
half
agenda.
acid.
You realize that's 3 halves.
Would explain its size.
Now that bird is not something I want to fight anytime soon, so I really hope I don't have to. I remember that bird. The Cloudy Podcast. Hey, Ultra! The Cloudy Podcast really just got Final Fantasy VII Remake on my mind now. So I blame Dipper for most of my commentary being about remake instead of this game.
Is anybody out there?
Where's
that coming?
Hey. Oh, they are absolutely in the villain category. I mean, no question. Right now, there's not enough redeemable qualities for anybody to justify leveling a city for me. And I love Rufus. You know, I don't know why he was always like, after having children, that was my big crush randomly. And Vincent, obviously. But yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, the Turks are definitely on the shit list for me right now. Yeah, Ultra, I'm playing 15 now. I was gonna play 8, but PlayStation is acting, either there's something that I just wasn't aware of, or something PlayStation 5 related, but I'm not about to buy Final Fantasy 8 twice just to play it on this account, so I went with Final Fantasy 15. I have not played this since it first came out, so this will be interesting. I actually technically didn't beat it. I got all the way to the end where Noctis was older or whatever. I don't remember what was happening around that time, but I never did beat it. I know what happens, generally.
We're here.
Want to go check it out?
What is it? Man, it's hot.
Then lose the jacket.
Yeah, exactly. Lose the jacket. It's hot as hell out here.
Sorry about the wait.
Ooh, nice.
Ain't she purty?
She's almost too pretty.
I better have a nice car for a royal.
She's back.
Oh, Artie.
I'll get a picture with her.
Yeah, this scalper business is really screwing up the market for PlayStation 5, if you ask me.
All the more reason to
I mentioned this in one of my videos, but
would y'all mind making
you know, let's say just arbitrary numbers, they technically have sold 2 million PlayStation 5s. Well, if 1 million of them are sitting inside of a warehouse and then they're getting people to buy to make games for the PlayStation 5 based on how many sales they have, and then it turns out they only sell 200,000 games when they expect to sell 800,000. I mean, that can't be good.
So I already put it in the trunk.
Hey, and the problem is, you know, corporations, they aren't going to stop it. Walmart's making their money, Best Buy's making their money. They don't care one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the gamers are the CEOs of these companies. So, and Sears has lost his mind. I mean, the fact that they'd even put a PlayStation 5 up there for $1,100 is insanity.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking they'll slow down.
I needn't remind you to exercise caution.
Because a lot of people are going to stop looking for one in the first place. Yes, $1,100. $1,100. It was some third party asshole. I forgot what the person's name was, but I'll be shocked if that thing sold.
Y'all want to fix her up before you roll out? Let me know.
Now, scalpers are scalpers, but if they put it up there for $700 and it's, you know, $550 after tax, okay, $150 still scalping, but that's something I can live with. But $1,100, that is absolutely crazy. Literally twice what it would cost after tax.
Be seeing ya.
I bet they get a lot of business in here with Cindy looking like this. I know she work on cars, but I've been to many mechanics and they don't dress like that. She out here in a bikini. Alright, do I have money? I don't know any of these buttons. Oh no, hey, look. She living her best life. She look good. I'm just saying she is very popular with the men that come through here, I bet. I mean, do you? You know what I'm saying? Used to dress a lot like that when I was clubbing.
Welcome. What can I do you for? What do y'all want to know?
Oh, Troy, you're making me sad. Okay, cool. I've said okay, cool about 5 times so far.
Want to help out with some varmints? Much obliged.
See, now this part reminds me a lot of 12, because you go on hunts. It's not exactly missions. It's not like, well, I mean, no, it is. It is. I mean, it's a lot like what Cloud was doing in the remake. But in 12, they actually called them hunts. I wonder if they're going to keep that mercenary thing going in 7. So otherwise, I mean, I know that I'm sure the enemies drop money. I guess they do. I don't know. I never even noticed in remake. Shoot. I don't think I even tried to get a PS3 until a year after it came out. If it had not been for the DLC, I mean, I don't know about you, but if it weren't for the DLC, I wouldn't have even been sweating getting a PS5 till God of War came out.
It's time. Gladio, come on.
Gotcha.
Hammerhead is like no garage ever.
I thought 16 would be out this year, but I've seen no such evidence of that, so.
I'll miss it once this road trip's over with.
But yeah, until a game I actually want comes out, I generally just try to avoid this entire
Cindy will be glad to look after your car. Oh,
craziness when it comes to new consoles. And I never buy the first, like the first batch.
Whoa! Thanks for the offer, but once we're back in the Crown City, I think I better square my own wheels.
Yeah, it's gonna kill me. I mean, that's why I try not to think about it. It's gonna suck to wait till 2023 for this game, but I'm hoping, between Final Fantasy 16 and God of War, and I'm actually gonna start playing Horizon Dawn soon. And that next Horizon Dawn, I figure by the time it comes around, I won't be, like thinking about it every day like I am now. And it's nice to know, because I was hoping, and I had a suspicion that what they were going to do is put out DLC in the meantime, because what they don't want, especially since a lot of people were kind of, ticked off, including me, that they were making this into 3 games instead of 1. Now, granted, I had not seen any of the trailers, and I just avoid trailers in general. Avoided them for this, because I had 0 expectations for Remake. Absolutely none. I mean, when they showed the thing for 2008 and that never came to fruition, PS4 went by, didn't see it, I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. I figured it'd just be some sort of money-making scheme. They're not really going, and then I found out they're making 3 of them instead of 1. I was like, forget this game. Then then I saw, I guess by chance, I saw something and saw that it was coming out, and I'm absolutely obsessed with Final Fantasy, so I was absolutely gonna buy the game. I was just mad that I thought I was getting hoodwinked. But then I played it, and I was like, it blew away all my expectations. Every expectation. And it actually makes a lot of sense to me now to break that game up, because there is so much content. And again, let's see. I beat the game between playing Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 10. Well, Final Fantasy, because I played 9, 7, then 8. And then I played 10 when it came out on the PlayStation 2. So, I mean, literally 20 years ago, I beat the original. And then, you got AC and stuff. But I had just forgotten how much content there was. It just makes a lot more sense to flesh it out over 2 or 3 games rather than trying to stuff it all into one, because just with the technology, there's just so much more you can do now. I've just been running in circles. I don't know what I've been doing. I've been talking and not paying attention. But yeah, there's just so much more to that you can do with the technology now. Oh, dude, I mean, the only other game I'm this obsessed with is God of War. Uncharted, when it was really big, definitely, but God of War has been a series I've been following since the beginning. I can't, whatever.
I'm all sticky and gross.
I don't think that's coming out this year either, by the way. It's already April. We haven't even seen a trailer. Kingdom Hearts. Oh, yeah. I have not beat 3. Now, that is one. I got a disc around here. See, again, when I moved for a while, I just lost everything. It's around here somewhere. But I've got to beat God of War. Kingdom Hearts 3. Definitely more story driven. I mean, the main difference being that Kratos, there's not as many big scale battles, with it's absolutely going to be delayed, especially with COVID. Yeah, you can forget about that. But the big scale battles, because God of War 3 was an absolute masterpiece. That was just, I think it was the first game I ever platinum. It was either that or Uncharted 2. But absolute masterpiece from beginning to end. These huge scale battles. And with this one, which I mean, the only big battle you really have is with the dragon. So that's the most notable difference to me. And then other than the fact that Kratos isn't a god-slaying maniac anymore. But I'm truly amazed that this remake of 7, and then essentially God of War was its own remake. It's incredible how they managed to remake the game, reinvent the game while you still feel like you're playing Kratos. It's just a different chapter of his life. And man, 2 is gonna be amazing. I think the gods are gonna come in. Now my personal, I'm still stuck between Thor or Odin actually being the bigger threat, because when you think about Odin, am I supposed to hit next? I'm sorry. When you think about Odin, he hasn't really had to fight anybody. He's always sending other people, for the most part, to fight his battles. And I just don't see, I mean, somebody that out of, and I think he's more bark than bite, so to speak. You know, he puts a lot of propaganda out there for himself, whereas Thor is doing all the killing. And I'd really like to know why Thor has decided to turn his back on half of his lineage, by the way. I mean, he's like Atreus. He's half, what are they called? Giant, sorry. He's half giant, so I really don't get it. The game definitely still has the same level of brutality and
not big on camping
and just tragedy.
You flatter me.
God of War is a depressing game.
Can you imagine what we'd eat without Iggy?
I mean, when you think of Yomengander, he's like the cute snake giant thing, and then you remember that he drowned all of Midgard.
As will all this picky eating.
I was like, man, this game is crazy.
Instant snack in the middle of the night.
I think I can handle it.
Yeah, I've got to play the new Kingdom Hearts. What characters are in Kingdom Hearts 3 from Final Fantasy? Because I heard Cloud and them weren't there. Kratos couldn't kill Kratos? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's tried to kill himself several times. What I don't get is, okay, this is all spoiler alert. Now we're going into God of War. So letting you know if you haven't played it yet. What I don't get is this. If he didn't know Faye wasn't human, how could he possibly have not known Faye wasn't human? Considering the amount of time they supposedly were together.
Can't stop not.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I just don't see how he couldn't have possibly known she wasn't human. I mean, she couldn't have been aging.
All in together now. How about this?
Oh wow.
On the same page.
But yeah, she couldn't have been aging. She died of something. And I mean, they would have just said old age if she died of old age. So, how did Kratos not know? I don't know the exact timeline. What I've heard is like 50 years or something like that they were together. But either way, unless she actually was physically aging, it's impossible. He had. I mean, mortals don't live any longer than as far as I know, in Norse mythology than anybody else. Maybe he just didn't bother to ask. I don't know. Maybe he just assumed because she wasn't aging, nobody else did. I don't know, but. That is my only skepticism. And by the way, what's his name? Modi? He is definitely not dead. I'll bet money on that. Modi is not dead. What button is it? Redacted. I like that. No, I did not guess that. I don't know anything about Norse mythology, honestly. And I'm not really that big of an Avengers person and stuff, so I definitely had not put two and two together. I know way more about Greek mythology. I actually took a class on Greek mythology, so. Dude, I'm trying to remember. Before I play this next week, I'm definitely going to look up these buttons, because I'm going to look up these buttons before next week, because I skipped the tutorial and that was a mistake, because I'm still trying to figure, okay, map R3, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's so hard to like talk and especially if you're playing something new. Like Remake, I can play no problem. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, I don't have to think about it. I know exactly what to do. But since I ain't played this in so long, I'm over here trying to remember the buttons. I'm trying to remember where the hell I'm going. Okay. Okay, there we go. So this first playthrough is gonna be a little bit ridiculous, but next week I'll be a lot sharper.
Feels so sluggish.
No, there are two possibilities that come to mind. Either since they bothered to show the other, I don't know what they call them, universes, whatever, realms, they're all called realms, but outside of the Norse mythology, they show like Egypt. I'm thinking he will either have to go back home for some reason, whatever that reason may be, I don't know. Or he or Atreus or both will end up in like the Egyptian mythology somehow. But I definitely want to either have them go back home. Like, hey, it'd be interesting even if they just, went back to show what the world looked like now since it's over flooded. And I mean, there are some gods that are still left. I can think of one. Aphrodite, that's the only one I can think of, actually. That's alive. Well, the thing is, not Cloud, my God. If Kratos can come back and forth from the dead as he pleases, I would think Hades and all of them figured out some way to get out of hell. I mean, they're full gods. Kratos is only half god. So I would think somebody's figured out how to come back to life. It'd be interesting to see.
Want to come shopping with me, big guy?
Yeah, the Japanese mythology would be cool too. It'd be nice if they had some sort of realm jumping sequence.
No surprises.
Trying to think what. Oh, because they actually do that in the first game. You remember they I'm not gonna give any spoil. I'm saying near the end, there's a point where they are inside of a building and it's going through all of the realms. And if they somehow got into some time warp or something like that, or some realm warp, and ended up in these different mythologies, and then had to make their way back to Midgard.
I can tell you all about the area. Things I can tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually like the change. Because he hasn't gotten softer. I mean, he will kill if necessary. Kratos is always I think Kratos gets a misrepresentation from people who don't know the game as well. He is he's always had a soft spot. I mean, there is a human being in him. It just only shows for very, very specific people. So obviously his family, there's a old lady, an oracle that he He's there with her when she dies during one of the games. He's holding her hand and giving her comforting words. He tries to save her. He can't. You know, there are instances with Pandora. There are instances where you see the humanity come out of him. It's just that he was literally raised to kill. I mean, he was. I mean, that was the Spartan life. You're born. You're either fighting a war or preparing to fight a war. You know. The gods completely screwed him over. I mean, they did a number on him. And then as far as him killing all the gods, it really wasn't his plan. He wanted Zeus. They just all got in the way. And if they were gonna get in the way, he said, "Look,
What's that?
you're gonna f around and find out." and Kratos does not believe in leaving. You don't want to leave a bunch of enemies in your wake that can come back and kill you anytime they get ready to, you know what I'm saying? So
Feels so
yeah.
sluggish.
Indeed.
Playing Final Fantasy 15, talking about God of War.
Have yourselves a good browse.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna start replaying the God. I'm probably gonna wait for. I want to play Horizon Zero first, but I'm gonna replay God of War at some point on the stream. On a different night. I've just been waiting to kind of at least get an idea when the second one's gonna come out. Oh my god, that man, Thor is gonna be something else. But yeah, Kratos definitely still, yeah, he has no qualms about killing anybody. That is absolutely certain. He just
Much appreciated. Please
But-
go again.
yeah, he just doesn't have, nobody knows him in this realm. Nobody knows he's there, so he just doesn't have people coming after him. It's really only just monsters as they're trying to get from point A to point B. But now that he's killed Thor's son, I'm not Thor. No, yeah, now that he's killed Thor's son / sons possibly. Sorry, spoilers again. Yeah, that's and then he's killed. I mean, he's killed some gods. That's gonna raise some. I mean, that's gonna get some attention. And by the way, I'm pretty sure. Spoiler alert for this particular next 20 seconds. I am fairly certain that Odin knew when he sent Baldur after him that he was gonna kill him. Which is Odin is Odin's messed up. Oh yeah, it definitely should be. Now, the first, it actually has a pretty good plot. It's just hard to kind of catch the plot when you're in the middle of doing all that fighting. I didn't really appreciate the plot till God of War 3. And then particularly after God of War 3, when I was playing God of War 4 and was kind of doing some reading up on the previous ones. What is the button for the... Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, next week I'm actually going to get somewhere on this game. Sorry that I'm just kind of wandering around and talking. I kind of prefer to talk on this one.
On my way.
I'm going to get familiar with the battle system, like I said, by next week and really get into the game. Hopefully I can... I really want some Bluetooth headphones as well, like I said. But anyway,
Man,
yeah, the combat, I got pretty good. I got like 71% on my last, on my playthrough on my other account. I like the combat a lot of, but I'm imagining it's gonna change because Atreus is gonna get older. I don't know that he's gonna, he may become a, solely playable character, if that makes sense. So like kind of with 7 where you can switch back and forth rather than him just doing what Kratos tells him to do. Because now, now that they've gone through that entire adventure, he's definitely got some warrior spirit now. He's got some experience. I mean, want to talk about being thrown into the deep end. 1 minute, your entire world is living in this beautiful forest, and the worst thing happening to you is your mom died and you had to bury her. This is at the beginning of the game, so I'm just one thing. Next thing you know, some crazy god is trying to kill you, and y'all are embarking on a journey across the realms. I mean, he has done some growing up, so I am curious how old he's gonna be in this. I really don't know how old he is in the last one, though, honestly. 11, 12, 13? I mean, it could be anything. Kids these days, I can't tell how old they are, so he could be anything. But but he would definitely be a teenager by the next one, is my guess. Because Ragnarok, I think, since Fimbulwinter started, probably be about 2 years later.
That wasn't so hard.
So are you playing this right now, Ultra?
You're on fire today.
Nah. Stop hitting that. I've got to get Remake out of my head. I keep pressing buttons out of Remake. A change of pants, that's hilarious. I don't know, can he? I don't know the exact curse behind the Blades of Chaos. I don't know that anybody else can wear them. It could be a lineage thing, but I don't know. Maybe Kratos can somehow bequeath them to him.
I'll give you that.
It's an interesting thought. What I really want to know is who blew that horn. Now that I'm dying to find out. I don't think Tyr is dead, personally. I don't think Modi's dead. I don't think Tyr is dead. I don't think all of the giants are dead.
Let's do this.
Right.
That's so funny, Mary. Yeah, with Remake, I was a little apprehensive about the change, because I did like the battle system before of the old Final Fantasies, but I get that they're trying to be more modern, so I gave it a chance. And actually, I think they really did a masterful job reinventing that battle system while keeping it feeling like, still making it feel like Final Fantasy VII. It's definitely got the right amount of difficulty, especially on hard mode. The not being able to use not being able to use items or regain your MP 90% of the time that was definitely difficult. It wasn't the most difficult part of hard, but it was difficult. I know, right? I said last week when I played the city, I was like, I don't want to have to replay Remake, but until the DLC comes out. But I've got some plans in the works for near the end of May. Guess I can kind of spoil a little bit here. I'm gonna stream every day leading up to the DLC, so I'm gonna play a chapter a day. And then I'm gonna have some videos that I'm gonna have on my channel in relation to, it's gonna be kind of a multifaceted remake or Final Fantasy VII type thing, a video series and streaming series that I'm gonna do leading up. It's gonna be kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas type thing, but like the 18 days of Final Fantasy VII or something. Yeah, I'm excited. So now I'm dying for May to come around. Because the Cloudy Clear series is about to, I'm on chapter 12 today. About to come to a screeching halt. Oh no, I bullshit my way through games all the time. Even if I wasn't like distracted talking, I'm still getting used to like talking to somebody. I talk to myself all the time, but talking to other people while playing the game, it's definitely distracting. But even beyond that, I almost never look at tutorials. I think I beat Final Fantasy VIII the first time without ever knowing how to do the junction system. No idea how I beat it. With Final Fantasy VII, I didn't even know how to counter until I beat the game the first time. Remake. And then while I was going through the hard mode, I was following the guy, and they were like, yeah, use counter to blah, blah, blah to beat Reno. I was like, counter? Okay. So, yeah, I definitely bullshit my way through games all the time. It's amazing I beat anything, honestly. I know, people tell me, I'm like, you were lying. Now, I really am terrible at first-person shooter. I don't do FPS. The only shooter I play is Uncharted. I actually just re-downloaded 4, I believe. I got to get back on that. Back on that online play. Uncharted has the best online play. Which demo? Remake?
We need to replenish our supply of curatives.
Gotcha.
Definitely. 2 is still my favorite. 3 and 4 are great too, but I love 2.
If I'm not mistaken, y'all came by car, didn't you? Could you pull around for me?
Make sure to park right in front.
Oh, I most certainly did not come by car. Am I back at the... Oh, great. Now I gotta run and get the car. Oh, God. That is hilarious. Yeah, 2 was really good. What was his name? Zarovich or something? Yeah.
Oh, nice here.
Definitely the best bad guy. Eddie was pretty funny from the first one. So I actually played 2 before I played 1. I think I might have played 2 and 3 before I played 1. I can't remember. I definitely played 2 before I played 1. But that opening scene with the train card, I was like, man. And at the time, it had like some of the best graphics you could find on the PlayStation.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Come here, little weird alien doggy thing.
The Prince of Pain.
Like, I keep hitting R3 because I'm trying to lock on enemies. Like on Remake. I keep hitting the map. Oh my god. All the characters are going to be so beautiful on PlayStation 5. You'll be able to see their pores practically. Well, you can already as it is, but it's gonna be incredible. That train scene. Oh god.
Whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
It's gonna be ridiculous. And you feel so cute. Did I die? Oh, okay, no. I think I did. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. Dying, let me put it that way. That's interesting. Stop doing that. Level 23? Oh, I don't need to be fighting him. Is that what that says? Level 23? No, I need to go. I'll get myself killed. Yeah, cool, you should. Feel like everybody streams these days. So hard to know what to stream, you know, like... Yeah, it kind of felt like they just kind of ran out of time with Red. That's why they didn't include it. But yeah, PvPs and all that are so popular these days. I feel like who's really watching RPGs these days, but but RPGs are where I'm most at home. I love RPGs. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, that'd be pretty cool. I might have to check that out. Because the Cloud of Clearance stuff probably won't take long at all. Chapter 12, I can only even think of 2 moments, and they're both with Cloud and Tifa, of course. Oh. The video series is pretty much humor because anybody with 2 eyes can tell there is no war. What the hell? I ran back to the... Okay. I had to pay attention a little. Just gonna follow the road. Yeah, I absolutely love RPGs. I mean, even Mario back here. I think that might have been my first RPG was Super 64 Mario. It depends on if it came out before or after Final Fantasy 9. No, Legend of Mana. Legend of Mana was my first one. Don't we all? My God. I mean, what? That's why I'm glad the developers seem kind of fed up. You know, like, what are we doing here? There's no competition here.
Rather sultry.
Yeah.
I was surprised more Claire Bears haven't caught wind of my channel. I'm sure they will eventually. I'm gonna get a whole lot of hate. But whatever. Most of them are perfectly lovely people, but that few. I mean, to get mad at Tifa for getting mad at Cloud that he ran off and he vanished without a trace and left her to take care of 2 kids by herself. She don't know if he's dead or alive, if he's coming back. He's clearly listening to her voice messages, but not answering her. Yeah, I mean, I'd be mad too. Sitting around moping again, talking about he can't save anybody. I told Tifa simple, I said, lucky Tifa wasn't me. I'd have said, fool, you better get into your thoughts while you're on somebody's job site. We got 2 kids to feed.
The sun's called it a day.
Talk to your therapist in between shifts. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for this, okay? You need something to take your mind off all this? Come get in this bed. And let's keep it moving, okay? I can distract you, okay? You don't need Look at Tifa. He don't need no he got all the distraction he needs. He better figure it out. Well, I don't even know how lucky he is. Yeah, she has too. I mean, and they're both survivors. They just Cloud has never dealt with his feelings
Bring on the next
in any healthy manner. Neither has Tifa, but she doesn't just shut down and close off. He does. But Cloud don't even know how lucky he is. Most men would kill to have a woman like that waiting for him at home. I mean, not only apparently can she cook and, you know, not that that's the worth of a woman, I'm just saying. I just like, and my dad was a chef, so I particularly think of food and what I would want to do for my man, just because, you know, I'm kind of mothering. So doing something like that's just my personal preference. That doesn't mean that women have to do that, but I'm just saying it's not a bad thing if you have a spouse that can cook, you know, and she can, I mean, she's an incredible fighter. She's funny. She's smart. Gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. What does Cloud? Well, I mean, what else does Cloud want?
Are there yet?
Woman's perfect, practically. But yeah, Tifa definitely got some major abandonment issues. It's like that's the thing. They it's kind of they're almost a bad pairing to some degree because Cloud is used to closing off and trying to deal with his problems on his own and tends to You know, especially, you know, I mean, it seems to kind of run off, you know, when he was feeling insecure about whether or not Tifa would like him as he is. Instead of, you know, doing something else, he decides to go run off to the army and then ends up being gone for 7 years. You know what I mean? Like, he flees. He was there in Nibelheim with her, but because he hadn't made it to soldier, I mean, he still was a soldier, he just wasn't a soldier, you know? But didn't he want to face her just because he, in 2 years at 16, he hadn't made it to soldier yet? You know, it's like... So in that sense, they're a bad parent because you got. Please tell me I did not just run back to. I sure did. I think this is gonna be a wrap. How did I get turned around? Anyway, this is a hilarious gameplay. Yeah.
Could really use a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, he disappears, he doesn't open up, and then Tifa has these abandonment issues.
You're such a nerd.
Let me find somewhere to rest. I've been running in circles for half an hour. Every time I fight an enemy, I get turned around. Okay, there's a encampment up ahead. I'm gonna go to that. Anyway, yeah, so Cloud gonna have to deal with this phone. It's amazing either one of them, you know, function, frankly, with everything they've been through. I mean, Cloud was held captive for 5 years. I can't even imagine. Not knowing if you're going to live or die. And then Zack, I mean, his story sucks even more because right when they escape, he dies. I mean... I did that in chapter 1 too. Yeah. No, I'm paying attention this time. I think I'll finally get there just in time to end this stream. I'm gonna do some leveling up between now and next week and kind of get somewhere story wise. But yeah, I can't wait for Zack. Oh man, you know, and what's so beautiful about Zack?
You okay?
I mean, his spirit, because you have to think about it. He just escaped captivity. He could have left Cloud. He'd been like, dude, I'm out of here. You know, Cloud screwed up in the head. He was dead weight. You know, he refused to leave him. He really is. Which is why I don't understand why Claire Bears want to give up Zack for Cloud. I love Cloud with you. I'm just saying, like, Zack is a perfectly lovely character. But yeah, and then, you know, he's dying and he doesn't, you know, pity himself. He doesn't. I keep doing it. Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong button. He doesn't pity himself or anything or start blaming the world. And he chooses to use the last moments of his life to tell Cloud to live, to empower Cloud, to, you know, tell him not to feel bad. If he really wants to thank him for the sacrifice that he made, live your life and enjoy it. And you have to think that how incredibly selfless that is. You know?
Any plan of attack?
I just depressed myself. Thinking about that. What the hell is it? No, we're not going back that way. We're going to this encampment. Man, those iron, I forget what they're called, but those are no joke. Yeah, Aerith has a fantastic man, you know. And then what's so cute is they get to spend their, you know, they get to spend eternity together. That's the best ending you could ask for them too. Let's be honest. You know, those people just die and they gone.
Ugh, I'm all sticky and gross.
About time!
Man, Final Fantasy, I don't get these people who think there's supposed to be some sort of Disney ending to Final Fantasy 7 or AC is supposed to be some, because they have relationship problems, that means they're not meant to be together. Yeah, many people actually been in a relationship. Relationships are hard. Even the best relationships and the best times are hard. Yeah, they sure are living it up in the afterlife. But, 7 is pure tragedy porn. I just don't get, we lucky that any of them lived. I thought when Barrett got stabbed by Sephiroth, I thought that was it for Barrett for a second. I was like, well, damn, they really stepping this up. But man, that game is tragedy from beginning to end. It's not a happy game where there are some tragic moments. It is a tragic game with some happy moments, which is part of the reason I have particularly clung to Cloudy as of late, because I know both of them live and they're together eventually, and it's sweet watching them try to navigate their feelings for each other. And I mean, again, these two have probably never dated. And they've always had this thing for each other, and then they're trying to navigate their feelings for each other, and at the same time trying to save the world, And it is beautiful to watch. I say this all the time. I've been saying this to my brother for years, but I've been saying this to him probably 10, 15 years. The reason that 7 has stood the test of time. I've probably said this a lot on Twitter too, but it really is true. It reminds me of Smash Mouth. They were on the Smash Mouth throwback. They were on the radio the other day, and I turned to my mom. I was like, "You realize they were singing about global warming in the 90s? Like, they were making songs about global warming popular." And when you look at all the themes that are in Final Fantasy 7, and there's a lot with Final Fantasy 10 too, as well, I should say, because 10-2 is a game. You got eco-terrorism, you got anarchy, you got predatory capitalism, you got I don't know if you call it like an authoritarianist type, totalitarianist type government in Midgar, greed, corruption. You have war and all the tragedies surrounding war. You have children of war. I mean, these are kids when they go to war. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, absolutely are relevant. Terrorism in general. God knows how many. I mean, the fact that Shinra would level a sector of Midgar for their own insane purposes of reaching the promised land and whatever else craziness is going on in their heads. You've got it's probably one of the first games to really delve into like psychological issues. I mean, you want to talk about a mental break. Cloud forgot half his life. Okay, he literally Cloud is. And the reason I say they are not quitters, him and Tifa are not quitters. They just dealt with their situation differently. So with Tifa, she took her grief, and instead of laying down and giving up, taking it, or killing herself or whatever, she decided to teach herself to fight, and ended up being one of the strongest fighters on the planet. Now she also joined the terrorism organization. Probably, so I mean, she doesn't exactly handle her issues the appropriate way either. I mean, ultimately you may decide that was warranted, but I'm just saying it's an extreme response to losing your father. Okay. And then with Cloud, what's so great about Cloud is he didn't, he got out, and rather than his brain, he could have given up, but rather than he was so what am I trying to say? He was so driven to move forward and still fulfill his promise to Tifa that he literally willed himself into being the person he wanted to be. Even if he was the power of it goes into this things about the power of the mind. You know, he thought he was a soldier. He thought he was all this, and he thought he had this bravery. So then he had it. He thought he had this strength to take on it, and then he had it. Now, yeah, the experimentation, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like Cloud had all this in him before to some degree, but it was his altered mind state that told him he had it, and then he just his okay, level 12. And what level am I on? But yeah, he well, please tell me I'm not headed back the wrong way again. I just realized I'm sorry, I'm wait a second. I'm definitely headed the wrong way again. Okay.
Enemy on your left.
Got it.
There it is. But it's just amazing. It's a story of the human condition. It's a story of willpower. Yeah, it's amazing. So I made like a thread about, you know, how I think people are giving too much of his personality credit to the mind alter, you know, his state of mind. Cloud always had a lot of that in him. It's just him convincing himself of this life he didn't actually lead gave him the courage to be the person he wanted to be.
To the right. Got it.
And the fact that none of that stuff ever happened to him and he still became that person means he always had it in him. He just needed the self-esteem, the willpower, you know, sort of the courage, the self-esteem to live that reality. It's not like being a soldier, you know. And then, by the way, the fact that he wanted to be a soldier all the time and he idolized Sephiroth, and then Sephiroth's the one that burned down his entire town. Oh, I mean, oh, my God. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but I really could write a dissertation on Final Fantasy VII. And what is so great about the game is the backstories are so meaty. There's so much to them that they literally could be their own games, and in fact are their own games. The backstories are just as intriguing as the story itself, almost more in some cases. And it doesn't seem forced, like they're you know, you have some things where they kind of force tragedy or force certain things to happen just to make things, you know, make things interesting. But each of their stories feels organic, and it feels like it makes sense how they got to the place that they are, and how and therefore how they all came to be. The only one that's a little kind of ridiculous is Vincent's, to be honest. I mean, I'm sad over my girlfriend, so I'm sitting in the coffin for 27 years. I don't know. That's a little fantastic for me. And I know the game's called Final Fantasy. That is a little... They didn't say... I mean, I could tell he was an optional character. They didn't seem to put as much thought in his backstory as the others initially. But even his story is, you know... I mean, I enjoy Dirt Cerberus, but yeah, even his story makes a lot of sense. What the hell have I been following this whole time? I know, man. That would look. That's fighting words. It'd have been some furniture moving at that point.
Didn't mean to do that.
One thing though about that, I have been thinking about this for a long time. The Sephiroth, let's see, we got 15 minutes left. Okay. The Sephiroth Cloud relationship. I don't think Cloud hates Sephiroth even now. I've been wondering what other people think about that. When you look at his thoughts about Sephiroth, furniture all over the place, honey. I mean, it would have been, what, my mama? You got some nerve bringing up my mama. But yeah, I don't think he hates Sephiroth even now. I think there's a healthy fear of him. I mean, he clearly fears him. And he... You know, he fears him. He fears mostly what he can do to the people around, because he's killed the people in his life before. But the way Cloud's tone of voice when he talks about him, it's just something about it that brings me pause. I don't think he actually hates or despises him. Maybe we'll get a little more, as things go, or maybe there's some things I've forgotten out of, OG as well. That's certainly possible. But even when I'm just looking at having children and his interactions, whether it's the Japanese or not, he knows Sephiroth is coming, and he knows he gets the inkling at some point that he's gonna have to face Sephiroth again, and it's not I have a burning hatred for him. It's, I know if Sephiroth comes back, he is hell bent to get revenge on me, for killing him. It's like that. If that makes any sense. I don't even know why necessarily makes a difference, but it's interesting. Somebody who killed your mama, burned down your village, killed Aerith. I mean, he still doesn't seem to hold any visceral feelings for Sephiroth. I just find that interesting. Yeah, they may choose to go that route. But definitely with having children, that was not the impression I got. Which I'm not against either. I mean, it is more nuanced. And he does say the line that I don't know what it says in the Japanese, to be fair. But in the English, he says something along the lines of, I pity you, you just don't get it. And I think it reminds me of Zidane and Kuja, where, except Zidane actually, I think, hated Kuja for most of that game. But it's more of a pity, like you have to destroy other people's lives because you have nothing in your life that mattered, because somebody who had something in their life that mattered and found out the truth that Sephiroth found out would not have had the reaction Sephiroth had. I mean, that's just keeping it real. If he had a mama to go cry to or something, if he had a father that wasn't a homicidal, creepy ass maniac, if he had some stable life, I'm sure Sephiroth's life was not great growing up. So I think that's what it means. Like, Cloud understands the reason losing these people hurt is because he had people in his life that cared about him and loved him, and he loved. And I think it's more of he sees a better to have loved and lost than not have loved at all type thing. And he sees the difference it made with him. He could have decided to turn into a nutcase and start killing everybody, But he chose to channel his grief into action, into positive action. Oh, yeah. Oh, Sephiroth never stood a chance. I mean, Sephiroth never stood a chance. And I think the most interesting stories are where it's not clear cut. I don't know if y'all have, this is not really related, but sort of related. I don't know if y'all have read or watched Death Note. It's a very, it's so intriguing because the villain is the protagonist and the good guys are the antagonists. So you find yourself as you're watching it actually rooting for the bad guys per se. And then other times you find yourself hoping Light gets away, even though he's a flat out villain, homicidal villain. And yeah, it plays with your what you expect out of certain characters, out of certain roles in a story. And when you have complicated villains like the Turks, as I said, the Turks, they seem like good people. Well, I don't know about saying. I mean, I'm not getting good guy impression from saying right now. I don't know if I ever did. But definitely Rufus, basically the rich Draco Malfoy of the game, who is similar to Sephiroth. You could see in an alternate universe maybe being a type of Sephiroth if he had been experimenting on something. But anyway, somebody who had a screwed up life. I mean, yeah, he's rich, so people think he's had everything because he's rich, but I'm sure his upbringing, he had a father who I'm sure was of no emotional support. I don't know if they said what happened to his mama, but I can't imagine it's good. And I mean, because you got to think about how terrible of a human being you are when you are murdered and your son doesn't even mourn your loss. He just immediately chased over the company. It's like, all right, cool. Okay. And he brings off this like bad boy, you know, hard ass persona, but he is surrounded by ghouls and he can't show weakness. These people will kill him if they get a chance. I mean, you think Heidegger cares one way or the other about his life? No. If Heidegger thinks it would suit him to kill him, it'd be done. Told you all of them. Scarlet, please. She'd probably screw him then kill him. Okay. Yeah, so but it's nice to have all these complicated villains. Like Sephiroth and the Turks and things like that. So man, it is just a no, he is not winning any Father of the Year awards, that's for sure. I just couldn't believe. He's like, oh, okay. I just imagined the call, because I mean, he obviously found out because he rolled up, you know, on Cloud. I imagine the call be like, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, your father's passed away. Okay, so that makes me president now, right? Well, yes, sir, but do you want to set any funeral arrangement? I mean, you want to take some time to to mourn? We can get back to you in the morning. No, I'm good. Let's go see what's happening. I want to go check out my office. He could not have cared less. So you gotta imagine how horrible of a human being his father was. Yeah, so Rufus seems to turn around a little bit. I don't know exactly what his motivation is. Guess almost dying kind of woke him up a little bit. And I'm sure the Turks, you know, between the 2 years between everything falling apart and them trying to rebuild, you know, I'm sure there was some growth there, but yeah. The Turks are on my shit list right now. I'm like, man, they killed all those people. And didn't even really know why. You know, didn't even get a good explanation. And then saying is like, well, just think if we didn't do it, somebody else would have. Oh, okay. Sure. Exactly. Oh, so I'm rich now. This is fantastic. I'm filthy rich now. This is wonderful. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I mean, what especially in the remake so far, what redeemable qualities do any of them have? I mean, Reno's a particular asshole in the remake. Rufus, okay, he was playing with some birds when they first came across him, but he also tried to kill Cloud and was trying to kidnap Aerith. And then he's the one that ultimately pressed the button. And Reno, I mean, you know, that is what's so weird too. Like Rue and Reno, their actions are so inconsistent too. So he had no problem trying to kill Cloud just to get at Aerith to kidnap her. Talking about Reno, but when it was time to kill all those people in Sector 7, he was like, "Man, I don't know about this. I guess it's too late to grow a conscience," which that seems like at least a normal reaction. But then Rude, when he sees Tifa running up the stairs and he sees that Reno's about to kill her, he knocks the helicopter around so he doesn't kill her, but then he ultimately presses the button that kills hundreds of thousands of people potentially. I don't know how many people live in Sector 7, but thousands certainly. So that just doesn't make any sense. And then Cloud, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, Sephiroth, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Sephiroth at least makes some semblance of sense. It doesn't excuse anything he's done, do not get me wrong. And actually, we do have to remember, though, what he's done is atrocious. He did burn down that town. most of the actions attributed to Sephiroth are not actually Sephiroth, they're Jenova. So just to be fair to him, most of that stuff is not him. That happens in that game. He didn't actually kill. Well, the point is, yeah, we also have to understand that some of that is Jenova, and the fact that Jenova is manipulating him to some degree. That at least makes some sense between his upbringing and all that experimentation on him and him snapping and all that. There's at least some sense to that. But Reno and Rude, I mean, they're just getting a paycheck as far as I know. I know Shimmer doesn't like defectives, but I mean, Cloud escaped. It's not like they were looking for him. You know what I mean? Like, if Reno and Rude had just went to Coast of their Soul or something, you know, got out of there, I doubt they'd be looking for them. You know? I know, yeah, the hormones, whew, especially now. Oh man, when I first saw those images from, I'm glad they changed. I don't know if y'all remember, but Cloud, he actually was going to be he actually looked a lot more masculine, for lack of a better word. He had like more of a square jaw in the first images that came out for AC. I was glad they softened his face up a bit, because that makes a lot more sense to me. I mean, he looked like he was pushing 40 for a second. Yeah. This has been I'm telling you, it was... What's the dude that plays who's the dude that plays Superman in Smallville? He had that kind of jaw. I was not feeling it. Yeah, I'm glad they softened up his image. Oh, anyway, I appreciate y'all sticking with me. This has mostly been rambling and running in circles and talking about God of War and the remake. Oh, but I'm actually excited to dig into this game over the weekend, and it's gonna be basically like playing it for the first time. I haven't touched the game in 5 years, so I agree. They definitely, now we also had to think, you know, they've had, let's see, when did Advent Children come out? 2005 or something? 2005? They definitely had 15 years to refine his look, and it worked out for him, because he is, I mean, it's just so distracting to play the game. Looking at them. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate y'all. It's been very fun hanging out with y'all. I'll see y'all on Twitter. Bye.